Folks, what's happening? Welcome back to another episode of the Happy Podcast. My name is Tyler Gibbs. I'm the Happy Coach. Before I crack into folks, for everybody watching and listening to the podcast, thank you. I really appreciate it. But I'm going to give you another fucking thank you if you start tagging me in your stories on Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform, and tag me in it. Because the more people who get to see the podcast, and plus I have an ego and I just want people to love me, really. Nah, I'm just joking, but I do have an ego, but it's not in relation to that. But if you are enjoying the podcast, just tag me. Take a screenshot of YouTube, take a screenshot of Spotify, put up in your story, tag me in it. I'll share it. We'll be bros, bring it for dinner, whatever the case may be, all right? But I'm up early this morning. I'm always up early, sorry, but I'm working earlier than normal. And the reason being, I have 2 burns on either ass cheek, and I got a thought saying, why don't I do a podcast on investing in yourself? So that's where we are now. Why should you invest in yourself? And I know up until maybe 2 years ago, just over a year ago, I never looked at investing in myself. Yeah, went to school, went to college, all that kind of stuff. But we're programmed to go to college. We're programmed to get a trade. We're programmed to do something. And it's just a norm. But if somebody says to you, geez, you're fat, you probably should lose some weight, you have some bad eating behaviors, look, going to Weight Watchers probably isn't going to work for you, girl. Get over it, or boy, or whoever. I just know the majority of people go to Weight Watchers that are females, or slim world, or whatever. But if you go from, I'd say hiring a personal trainer, maybe $200 a month, whatever the price is, I'm not sure, depending on if you're doing one-to-one or group or whatever, the high quality, in-depth program. People are like, why would I spend money on doing that? But they don't look at the bigger picture. They don't look long term. You are 5 stone overweight. You will die 10 years earlier, and your family will be unhappy because of your bad habits of being fat and overweight. Or somebody somebody's dealing with their mental health, struggling dramatically. Fuck that. I'm not paying money to go to a counselor. I'm not paying money to go to a specialist. You could dramatically fuck up your life and your family member's life from being an addict, a waster, a loser, whatever the case may be. But I personally think we're programmed like that, because I had to get rid of a lot of negative thought patterns out of my mind in relation to money and in relation to becoming a better version of myself. Now, that all came from educating myself, reading books, buying books, which I recommend all of you motherfuckers to do. I'm agitated here because my ass is really hot talking like this. Probably should have. I have 2 astral burns. Probably makes more sense. But anyway, look at yourself as your biggest commodity. Look at yourself as the pinnacle of what you want to do in your life. So what I mean by that is allow yourself to reach your full potential. Now, I don't think anyone can ever reach their full potential, but it's always good to aim towards it. Because if you fucking miss, you're still high enough. But I remember, I used to get slagged, or when we listen, slags means made fun of, for buying books. And I used to love reading. Now, no, not a fan of reading. I force myself to read, but I love educating myself, and I love building new habits. And as a result, my future me is going to be a good dude. He's going to help a lot of people. It's going to make a difference. His businesses are going to be good. It's going to be good in relationships, friends, partners, whatever. And I'm going to be loving towards my family and friends or whatever. And I repeat myself there, sorry. But I used to get mocked for reading, buying books, investing like 20 quid to get a book so I could educate myself and open my mind to a bigger world, rather than just having a narrow view on the planet, which people do. And what investing in yourself allows you to do is, 1, makes you feel good about yourself. You know what? When you buy yourself a nice pair of shoes, whatever, you're like, yeah, fucking hell, they're nice, I look good in them, or whatever. But when it comes to betting yourself, people look at it as, that's silly, that's stupid. No, buying shoes every week or bags every week that you're not going to wear, wasting your money and making yourself just turn into a materialistic douchebag, rather than trying to educate yourself and open your mind to help more people. Everybody in the fucking planet should have a goal to help people. If everyone was there to help each other, we'd be in a way better situation. Well, I think planet's good, but that's my environment. Other parts of the world may be different, are different. But by investing in yourself, you're giving yourself a chance to succeed in life, improve. And that's going to give you confidence alone. You know what? I bought this book. I'm going to read this book. I'm happy with myself for doing that. And then when you start educating yourself over time, now this is going to be a quick fix, don't get me wrong. This may take a year, 2 years to really open your mind dramatically to see a completely different world and improve yourself. But by investing in yourself, buying books, going to seminars, listen to podcasts like you are now, that's educating yourself. It is an investment in your time. You're allowing yourself to become a better you. And by becoming a better you, you from 5 years' time has a better chance of being a better person. So financially, spiritually, fitness-wise, educationally-wise, relationships-wise, whatever, you know, you may be after achieving your goals. 5 years from now, you can look back at yourself and be happy with the progress you made. Jeez, I used to be like that. Look at me now. And that's where confidence, self-esteem, and all of those things, like that's how you build them in abundance. But people don't like to think for themselves. I think coronavirus is a perfect example of that. Everybody just looks like sheep, and nobody is willing to actually put in a bit of research for themselves, educate themselves, or think for themselves. Everyone, you get told, go, right, let's go. Jump how high. But when you start investing in yourself to improve your brain, or your mind and body, you start seeing the world differently. You start seeing yourself differently, which is more and more important, I think, to be honest. But why is it important to be investing in yourself? Actually, not why. You know it's important by now. For me, I went to college, just drank, got a good degree, whatever, right? That was, my parents invested in me to go to college. But then I got a job I didn't like, and I was in there and I was like, I could probably do better than this. And I'm doing better now, don't get me wrong. I'm doing way better now. And you listen to this are probably in the same boat. I can do better. All right, how? Invest some fucking money into yourself. If you're willing to spend €100 a weekend to go out and get fucked up, you can definitely put away a couple of €100 to invest in a mentor, a coach. Like for me, over a year ago, I invested in Elevate Mentors, and I'm still with them a year later. And I'm so grateful for them because they've taught me so many skills. I've developed so much as a human because of it. And I've built 2 businesses since I became a member with them. Basically, they're a mentorship program, like 2 dudes who are just have vast amount of experience in business and in particular fitness. And by surrounding myself and investing lots of money into them, it's not like it was cheap enough. Like it's the price of a master's. No, more expensive than a master's actually. Yeah, way more expensive than a master's. Well, it depends what master's you're doing, but yeah, we'll say around the price of a master's, okay? And by doing that, I was exposed to people who I want to become or emulate, if you get me. And also, I invested money into myself to give me exposure to this kind of group of people, to educate myself, to surround myself with like-minded people. And by doing that, then my environment was dramatically better. So I dramatically improved as a result of it. But if you're there hemming and hawing about spending 20, 50 euro on a personal trainer to drop some fat off your body, seriously, get your fucking shit together. Take whatever thing is up your arse out of your arse. Look at yourself in the mirror, have a deep look and goes, yeah, I'm a fucking loser. I need to get my fucking shit together. And that's deep. Yes, I know, it's very deep. But invest in yourself. Buy yourself nutritious food instead of just spending it on stupid shit. Like, the quickest way to learn, like, you didn't go to school and sit there and not be taught by a teacher, right? You didn't learn how to play football or hurling, rugby by yourself. You were taught by a coach. We learn from other human beings. We learn from their mistakes. We learn from their success. We learn from our own mistakes and our own success. For being trained, taught, shown how to do a pass, shown how to do a throw, how to puck the ball, how to do a sales call. When you get a new fucking job, somebody teaches you how to fucking do it, right? You get taught. You don't just walk. Well, it depends. You don't just walk in. You're like, oh, I know fucking everything. No, you have to be taught how to do it. Yes, you could possibly learn it by yourself, but you're slowing down the time a lot, especially if you have negative programming as well, which the majority of us do. And you've probably been told, nah, you're not good enough your whole life. And when then you have an opportunity to become better, you're like, nah, fuck it. Deep down, I'm not worth it. You were saying verbally out loud that that's silly, that's stupid. Why would I spend €200 a month on a personal trainer? Why would I spend a couple of thousand on re-educate myself or join a mentorship program or get a coach to make me mentally and physically better? But when it comes to the weekend, you're more than happy to spend €200 on a night out and maybe spend €100 on a bag of cocaine or whatever the case may be. Or binge eating and just getting takeaway after takeaway after takeaway after fucking takeaway during the week. And then you're there. That's stupid. No, your current situation is stupid. Get your shit together. Pull up your socks. Fucking get some oil for your fucking ass burn. And invest in yourself. The quickest way to learn is by learning from somebody else. Yes, you can learn from books. You can learn from podcasts. But when you have somebody there and you're not fucking sure about a question, you just ask him or her a question. They're like, yeah, this is how you do it. Boom. Like, when I have a business question, and like, I know for a fact, business-wise, I have no fucking clue. And I still don't have a clue. Don't get me wrong. I'm just very passionate about what I do. And I learn from mistakes very quickly. That's what I think my kind of strongest asset is as a business person. But if I'm unsure about something marketing or sales-wise or even personal training-wise, I ask them a question. Even for me as a personal trainer, I have my own online coach because I transfer my business into online. And I knew I wanted to do that like a couple of months ago before I signed up to Aaron as my online coach. So I wanted to get an idea of what the process was. So I invested a lot of money into it. Now I have a clear structure in place and systems in place to allow my business to strive. And if I have a question for my business, I can ask them a question and it's just answered straight away. It's really, really quick and inexpensive long-term wise. Like if you're somebody who's overweight and you refuse to get a personal trainer, right? And you're there for maybe about 2 or 3 years and you're just fat, like you're constantly getting heavier and heavier and heavier over time. And over that time, you could be after spending €1,000 on takeaways, right? €1,000 on takeaways. And you're putting on a load of weight, you're feeling unhappy, you're so depressed, you're guilt-ridden with your bad habits, etc. Well, if you hired a personal trainer, a good personal trainer, by the way, not all of them are good, somebody who can educate you why you need to do something particular, why you need to do this, why you should be doing that, how to actually track your calories, how to actually exercise, how to do mobility work, how to make sure your form is good when you're doing exercise, how to make sure you enjoy your food, get a good relationship with your food, all of those things. It's going to save you a fortune long term, and your health is so important. Or if you're struggling with your mindset and you're struggling with thinking negative, invest in somebody who knows what to do to reprogram your fucking mind. Nah, that's fucking stupid, boy. Nah, that's stupid. Why do that? If you're that person, if you're a friend like who thinks like that, get rid of that motherfucker really, really quickly. They're just going to drag you down to their level. Don't forget, you're the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounding yourself with losers, you're going to be a loser. Even if you are a bit of a champion, you're going to be a loser. But folks, invest in yourself. You're more than happy to spend fucking 10 grand on a college degree that you don't like and end up in a job you hate. When it comes to fucking spending maybe €1,000 and getting yourself a good mentor or a good coach for a couple of months, you're like, nah, fuck that. Seriously, look at your priorities, get your shit together, stop being a wimp and get after it. Oh yeah, and put this as your fucking story. Over and out.